back to WordPress Tip of the Week. This is week 2, and this week we're going to go over the robots.txt file, and we're going to talk about indexing bots and how you can prevent your site from being indexed. So we got a lot of stuff to cover, so let's go ahead and get started. Now there's numerous kinds of bots. There's search bots, there's crawlers, and there's feed fetchers. Search bots do the searching. Crawlers are the ones that crawl your site, and feed fetchers look for feeds, such as like Google Feed Fetcher and Facebook. Okay, so let's take a look at a robots.txt file. Now, to do that, you would go into your file manager, and then public HTML, that is your root directory. You're going to look for a file called robots.txt. Now, I already have one created, so let's go ahead and edit it. Okay, now there's the user agent, which is the kind of bot, be it a Google bot or a Bing bot or whatever, and an asterisk means all bots. And then you have either disallow, allow, or both. Right now I have user agent, all bots, disallow, the root. So what that means is it's preventing everything from being indexed. It's telling all bots that you are not allowed to even start at the root. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways that you can configure this, which is really cool. Let's do, for example, say you have an images directory and you have your logo, but you don't want your images to be indexed so that they show up on searches and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to disallow the images directory, and then what we'll do is we're going to allow the images directory, and then say your logo is called logo.png. So what this does is it tells all user agents, all bots, that you're not allowed in the images directory, but you are allowed to get or to index the logo.png. Now what's nice is you can also have multiple commands from multiple directories. Let's say, for example, that you want the Google bot to not have access to your WP admin directory. Okay, so what you would do is you do user agent, and then in this case Google bot, and then you would do disallow /WP admin. So this is telling specifically the Google bot that they're not allowed to touch WP admin. Now all other bots would be able to be allowed to do WP admin. So if you wanted all the bots not to be WP admin, then you do back up here, you would do user agent asterisk disallow images, and then right underneath here you would do disallow WP admin. That's how you would do it for all the bots. Now I saw something really interesting that I wanted to show you. It's the 10 most popular bots, and of course at the top would be Googlebot, which 96% of all searches are done with this search bot. Baidu Spider, 89%. MSN bot or Bing bot for like Bing.com, 82%. It's a search bot. Yandex, now this is a Russian search bot, very popular in Russia. So Spider, 61%. Exabot, 35%. Sugu Spider, 31%. And then a couple of crawlers, Google Plus Share at 24%, Facebook External Hit at 24%, and then a feed fetcher, a very popular one, is the Google Feed Fetcher. So those are the 10 most popular bots that are really in use right at the moment. There's literally hundreds, probably thousands of different bots, and bots are being written for both good and bad. Some bots are written by people to go out and look for weaknesses in systems, and hackers use bots quite a lot. So having a robots.txt file can definitely help to secure your system. Now I also found three other websites for your further information. First one I saw is called Incapsula.com, and this talks a little bit more about good bots and things like that. KeyCDN.com. This talks about bots a little bit more in detail here. And then the last one is keycdn.com/support, and then this goes into what exactly is a robots.txt file, which we kind of covered, but this gives you a little bit more detail, gives you some examples and stuff like that. So having a robots.txt file is very important. Now, if you're developing a site and you're building it on a dev server, say for example where you don't have the domain name in use right at the moment. Let's say for example you're doing a website on surfing and your registered domain name is surfingisgreat.com. My apologies if someone already has that domain, but I'm just using it as an example. But while you're developing it, you're calling the site abc123 at yourdomain.com just for development purposes. What you'd want to do is you'd want to make sure that the abc123 at yourdomain.com has a robots.txt file that is disallowing everything. Okay, because what'll happen is as you're making pages and stuff like that and they get crawled, the same pages will show up on the index as the domain. So in other words, when ilovesurfing.com gets launched and there's a page on surfboards, if the abc123 and yourdomain.com already got indexed for the surfboards page, it's going to show both in the search engines. So that's not good. So when you have a dev server, you always want to make sure that you're disallowing everything. This way the site is not indexed, and then once you push it live with your actual domain name, then this is when you would remove the disallow. So as you can see, having a robots.txt file does come in handy because it prevents your site from being indexed, especially in the development phase, and it can be used to block various things on your live site. Things that don't need to be indexed, such as your WP admin, or even certain scripts folders or images folders as well. Okay, so that wraps up week 2 of the WordPress tip of the week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I invite you to like and subscribe. And all subscribers each month will be eligible at the end of the month for a drawing for a free course. So be sure to subscribe and like and tell a friend. And we'll have new videos out each Saturday throughout 2018. So thanks again, and we'll see you next week. Bye.